There are many, many groups within the Paladin Sequence. There are groups, factions within the Celestials, there are factions amongst the Infernals, factions amongst the humans, there are elementals, there are spirits of other sorts, undead of different types. The groups have certain alliances and certain enemies that they will select preferentially. One of the more interesting groups we've got is the Knights of Fatima. The Knights of Fatima are a group of warrior nuns that were established by Pope John Paul II. The Knights of Fatima were created as a personal defense force. In reality, Knights of Fatima don't exist. It is true that Pope John Paul II did have an inordinate fondness for the Virgin Mary, and he did respond to the prophecies of Fatima. That's a real thing within the Catholic faith. Within my storyline, we've changed it a little bit. We've changed it to where that prophecy told the Pope that he needed warriors that would defend him, not with guns, and he would need warriors who are females. It opens up that tradition of patriarchy, allowing an expression of the female through the religion, which I think is going to make it a bit more appealing. I would have to say the Knights of Fatima are probably one of my favorites. The Hands of God are an interesting group. They're dangerous. The main groups we'll be dealing with are going to be the Infernals and the Celestials. The Celestials are angels and their ilk. The Infernals, demons and their ilk. Demons, of course, hail from a different place than this. They are the lords of the earth, but they are not here. They are not of the earth. They are in a different realm, a realm called hell. The angels, the Celestials, they exist in another realm also. They exist in a place called the kingdom. Not all of the angels are on the same side, just as not all of the demons are on the same side. The fact that a character is a demon does not in any way, shape, or form imply whether he's a good guy or a bad guy. Now, he may be doing bad stuff. Infernals have got a very different take on things than humans do. A lot of the stuff the Infernals do that seems very evil to us is simply them trying to make sense of our behaviors. They don't understand biology like we understand it because we live it. They observe it. They manipulate it. So they try and do things they think that we'll like, and they're often wrong. There's a point in one of the stories where one of the demons is actually using the head of one of the other characters as a puppet to communicate with the person that he wants to speak to. He's not doing it to be evil. He honestly thinks she'll respond to a friendly face better than she'll respond to its face. Of course, the demon's wrong in that context, but it didn't know. Once it tried it, realized its mistake, well, then it goes on from there. So the humans worship angels, they worship gods, they worship God, the Creator, they worship demons, they worship shadows. Each group has its own unique approach, and even amongst the humans, you find a lot of variety. The worshippers of God, for example, we've got the Knights Templar. These are devoted knights, warriors that will give their lives to do the work of the Pope and the work of the Lord. Then you got the Hands of God. Hands of God got a slightly different take on it. They don't like papists much. They don't care for Catholics one bit. They're not as concerned about trying to send demons back to hell as they are about destroying those demons. And if they've got to kill a few humans in the process, that's just fine. They got members that are law enforcement. They got members that work in the mortuary industry. They can get rid of the bodies if they have to. Now, the Catholics are bound. They're one of the most restricted groups in it because the Pope controls what they do. All different groups, even amongst the demons. There's the Cabal, the main group. But there's others. We have groups like the Sons of Fire. These individuals are more concerned with destruction. We have the Machine, ruled by Mammon. Mammon has learned war only makes you so much money. You can make a lot more money off peace if you do it right. So pay attention. Mammon does show up later in the story. There's a lot of different groups. I could go on for an hour or more to describe them in detail, but I think it'll be best if the reader reads through the story and learns which ones he likes on their own.